My boss terminated me for resistance to change after 15 years, overseeing the hospital's critical systems. "Your techniques are antiquated and unproductive," he stated, his gaze fixed beyond me towards his framed diploma. "Modern methodologies are required. I am Ethan Crowley, 58 years of age, and up until 10 minutes prior, I served as the Senior Systems Administrator for St. James Medical Center in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. For 15 years, I was responsible for maintaining the digital core of this 300-bed hospital. That tenure ended following a brief 20-minute meeting. Blake Winter occupied the desk previously belonging to Dr. Harrison. At 42, possessing an MBA but lacking any medical experience, he had been our new director for just 4 months and was already making drastic changes. His consultant, Devon, lingered near the window, his thumbs actively typing on his phone, likely updating his LinkedIn profile, even before my departure from the premises. "The consulting team is tasked with supervising the migration to a cloud-based infrastructure," Blake went on. "A severance agreement has been prepared for you, comprising 2 months' salary and a standard non-disclosure clause." I acknowledged his words with a nod, acutely aware of the ID badge's pressure against my chest. Throughout 15 years, not a single system failure occurred under my supervision. Not amidst the ransomware threat in 2018. Not during the power grid outage of 2020. Not even when budget reductions halved my team, forcing me to maintain operations through 80-hour work weeks. "Security personnel will accompany you while you gather your personal belongings," Blake stated, pushing a folder across the desk surface. "We require your access card and system credentials." I detached my badge and set it upon the desk. "The master passwords reside on the secure drive, meticulously documented." "Excellent." A smile finally appeared on Blake's face. "I appreciate your reasonable approach to this, Ethan. Change presents challenges, but it is essential." My attention shifted to Devon, approximately 30 years of age, who was already moving to occupy my chair. Throughout his 3-week assessment period, he had failed to ask even one question regarding our systems. "Is there anything further?" Blake inquired. Internally, I thought about the custom patches I developed, the crucial integration between the legacy pharmacy system and patient records, the specialized backup protocols I should have emphasized. Instead, my verbal response was, "No, nothing more." Escorted by the security guard, I walked past the nurses who had contacted me at 3 a.m. during system malfunctions, past the surgical scheduling area where I had personally reconstructed the database following a corruption incident, past a legacy of 15 years of dependable, behind-the-scenes service. Reaching the parking lot, I got into my truck, positioned the cardboard box containing family photographs and coffee mugs onto the passenger seat, and departed without a backward glance. They weren't interested in my expertise. They desired my departure. Precisely 1 week would pass before the magnitude of their loss became apparent to them. My tenure at St. James commenced shortly after my 50th birthday. Shifting from the private technology sector to healthcare wasn't my initial intention, but an economic downturn coincided with Catherine's expensive cancer treatments. The hospital provided stability and satisfactory insurance coverage. Consequently, I accepted the position and acquired knowledge of medical systems starting from zero. During those initial years, I collaborated with Dr. Harrison, the former director. He comprehended what was truly important. "Elaborate dashboards don't preserve lives, Ethan," he often remarked. "Dependability does." Thus, I engineered reliable systems, incorporating redundant backups, fail-safe mechanisms, and manual overrides where needed. They weren't aesthetically pleasing, but they were exceptionally robust. I forfeited vacations when the electronic prescribing platform required an upgrade. I was absent from my daughter Megan's college graduation ceremony to manage an urgent server migration. Catherine was understanding. "You are safeguarding people's lives," she would tell me before succumbing to cancer 8 years ago. The hospital evolved into my primary focus. The staff transformed into an extended family. Nurse Jacobs in oncology consistently brought me coffee during late-running system updates. Dr. Patel in cardiology would visit with donuts on mornings following my resolution of a critical problem. Even Louise, the custodian, would offer companionship during overnight maintenance periods. Circumstances shifted following Dr. Harrison's retirement the previous winter. The board recruited Blake Winters from a prestigious hospital network based in Chicago. His initial action was to commission an efficiency evaluation. I perceived the emerging issues almost immediately. Blake consistently missed IT briefings. He never inquired about our system architecture. He merely nodded with impatience during meetings, constantly glancing at his watch. Subsequently, Devon and his consulting team arrived with their identical polo shirts and industry jargon: digital transformation, cloud migration, system modernization. I attempted to clarify our unique configuration. The patient record system interfaces with 17 distinct platforms. I explained to them. Some are commercial products, others are custom developed. We've had to implement specialized. We have managed numerous hospital migrations, Devon cut in. This is all standard procedure. The warning indicators persisted. Diagrams illustrating our systems materialized on conference room walls, yet they omitted entire segments of the infrastructure. Inquiries regarding critical interconnections remained unaddressed. My emails detailing security protocols garnered polite acknowledgements, but elicited no subsequent questions. One Friday afternoon, I discovered contractors taking measurements in my office. "Merely planning the renovations," the contractor remarked, avoiding eye contact. That evening, I went home and updated my resume. An intuition prompted me to prepare, yet a part of me found it incredible that they would dismiss the sole individual who grasped how all the components interconnected. I was mistaken. They didn't merely desire a new system. They desired a new narrative, one excluding the older gentleman who persistently reminded them of the inherent risks. The reality struck me forcefully 2 days after my termination. Seated in my living room, amidst classified job advertisements and partially consumed takeout food, my phone buzzed incessantly with messages from hospital personnel. "What is the backup procedure for surgical scheduling again?" Alan from IT texted. "Where are the configuration settings for the pharmacy interface?" inquired Denise, the database administrator. I did not reply. My termination agreement explicitly forbade unauthorized assistance. The understanding that dawned was not one of gratification or solace. It was a stark, burdensome certainty. They possessed no comprehension of their actions. Our hospital systems were not mere software applications that could be interchanged like replacing a light bulb. They constituted living, interconnected ecosystems that I had nurtured over 15 years. Custom interfaces bridging incompatible vendor platforms, adaptations to meet regulatory mandates, manual procedures implemented where automation proved inadequate. Naturally, I had documented everything comprehensively. Hundreds of pages containing technical specifications, configuration notes, and emergency procedures were properly archived on the secure drive. However, documentation could not substitute genuine understanding. It could not replace 15 years of accumulated institutional knowledge. It could not replace me. My phone rang. It displayed Blake's number. I allowed it to proceed to voicemail. "Ethan, we are encountering some integration difficulties with the pharmacy system. Just a brief question. Please call me back." I erased the message and poured myself another cup of coffee. 3 additional calls arrived throughout the day. each subsequent voicemail conveying increasing urgency. I deleted all of them. That evening, Dr. Patel contacted me using his personal phone. "Ethan, did you learn about today's events? The emergency department was unable to access patient histories for a trauma case. They had to contact previous hospitals directly. It took 40 minutes to obtain medication allergy information." I shut my eyes. "No one was harmed, not on this occasion," he stated. "But Blake's new team is facing significant challenges. They are discussing a temporary reversion to paper records." A peculiar sense of stillness enveloped me. Not vengeance, not satisfaction, merely clarity. For 15 years, my contributions went unnoticed when everything functioned flawlessly. My sleepless nights, missed family occasions, and unwavering vigilance ensured the hospital operated smoothly, enabling doctors to treat patients, nurses to administer correct medications, and lives to be saved. The paramount objective was maintaining the system's viability, and now that system was faltering.